I do remember the establishment of the State of Israel. And the family was very proud of President Harry Truman for making the big decision about the creation of the State of Israel and making the vote that would be so substantial in the formation of this country.
We ended up all huddled around the radio with such excitement in the thought of our people having the homeland returned. It was just such an incredible thought.
Oh yeah, I remember the exact moment that Truman voted, and I screamed to my father, "Get over here and listen to it on the radio." It was very exciting for me.
There was a lot of dancing and singing and everybody crying because it was wonderful that at last the Jewish people were going to have a place to call their home.
There was jubilation, and just enjoyed it, the jubilation with my parents at the synagogue we went to at that time.
I felt immediate rejoicing, and I felt bad thinking about all the Jews that would be killed, getting to where we should be. And we're still getting to where we should be. We have a long way to go.
Whenever the day came, all Jews felt good. It was a big event. Shortly thereafter, they had to fight a war. They won the war.
In 1948, I was 16 and I fell in love with Israel.
I think maybe my first trip to Israel really inspired me and made me feel that it was important that I get involved in the community. And after being there and going through everything, I realized the importance of giving back and being a part, and I did become a Lion. And I feel that that was the first time that I really wanted to get involved.
When Erwin and I took our first trip to Israel, I can remember driving down into Tel Aviv and seeing the first Friday night service there. And Erwin made me a Lion at that particular time.
I think when I went to Israel, I saw what they were doing there. And they did so much work, scientific work, the Weizmann Institute of Science. And I know the brain power is in Israel. They have a lot of wonderful scientists.
When I went to Israel, I brought a friend along, and we went to this post that says, for $10 you can plant 2 trees. So we gave him the $10, and I planted a tree, and she planted a tree. And she looked at me and says, "That was great, can I plant some more?"
We feel our identity is tied up with what we do and how we feel. So that being a part of the Jewish community is just like breathing to us. You know, that's really what we are about.
Our family, in my youth, were always involved in the Jewish community.
Well, my family has always been involved in Jewish life. And when I was very young, I was happy that as a toddler, I got tall enough to reach my grandparents' kitchen windowsill, because on this windowsill was an array of pushkas. And I remember my grandmother teaching me that the one with the picture of all the little girls meant that all the money that we put in there went to the orphanage in Palestine for little girls.
I really got involved when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I had a little pushka for the Jewish National Fund.
I felt that if Jews could survive all those years, my God, it's something I should be very proud of, and I am. I still am to this day.
We were very involved in the synagogue. Our lives surrounded the synagogue. And I hope and I think that we have taught our children the importance of giving back and being a part and being counted on. And I know they're teaching their children the same thing. And I'm proud of what we have taught our children.
The Realm was a hotel about a block away from what is now the Don Cesar. One day he decided that he would like to have a hotel here that Jewish people would be able to come to, because at that time they were not very welcome on the beaches. By the way, the Realm is the Miller spelled backwards, in case you didn't know it.
When I got involved, I asked the first year if I could be chairman of the women's division, because that I knew. I had done that. I had done a lot of things, and so I was successful at that, and I just kept going.
We were long involved before we moved to Pinellas. When we moved here, we decided that there needed to be more Jewish kite in this area.
I've always been very proud of Jerry. First of all, Jerry was my mentor when I started. He told me taught me how to fundraise. I didn't really know how.
We ended up joining Temple B'nai Israel and could see the opportunity, the growth, the future, and it was important to become involved.
Our family is 5 generations, from my father-in-law and mother-in-law down to Erwin and myself, down to the children, all the way down to our great-grandchild, Paige, right now. So we've been connected with the Jewish community and with the temple through all those generations.
When we started the museum here, it was busy, and community was very active and very supportive. They still are. It had to be done. The youth had to be told some of the things that happened, which they didn't get at home. And we've been very effective. You know, we covered 12 counties.
We've always been activists, and we've always been participated in the activities of the community, the Jewish community, and the greater community.
We've also been involved in other Jewish communities, particularly in Australia, where we were involved in the Jewish community both in Sydney and in Melbourne. Our experience with Judaism is really worldwide.
I met some great people at JNF. I met some great people that said, look at Gulf Coast. And I don't regret that. And I met some fabulous people there.
It was great starting the Federation because all we had in Clearwater was about 700 people at that time, and St. Petersburg had 1,700 and it was well organized already. And the St. Petersburg community had built a wonderful center, JCC, and the Camp Kadena was going strong. And Gulf Coast Jewish Family Service was a fledgling. It was still very small. In 1973, Charlie Ruttenberg started speaking to the leadership in St. Petersburg about the two communities uniting.
I would have to say that one year we went to the Life Dinner for the Florida Holocaust Museum, and I think that might have been one of the first times that we had gone to that dinner. And I loved that concept, and that's how I got involved with the Florida Holocaust Museum.
I think the one that has given me the greatest pleasure is the fact that we have Temple Bethel Art Festival. And it's been 40 years since we started, and I've been involved in it about 30. And I can't think of anything that made me feel prouder to be a Jew.
There is no secret to it. You either have it in your heart or you don't have it.
The young people are coming aboard, and I think that's so important today because they have so much to give and so much new ideas and everything. So I'm proud that they see our examples and they're carrying them through.
My suggestion always to the young people, to my grandchildren and my own children, is always get involved, get off the sideline.
And I think the future generations have the way paid for them. They're going to enjoy being Jewish in this community, and I'm sure they'll contribute as much as we have.
I think it's imperative that we nurture that group because these are our future leaders, and we want them to be secure in their Judaism.
I have 3 children living here now, and I would expect that those 3 children who are very well grounded, very involved in the Jewish community and very involved in Federation, will continue long before Joan and I are not around.
They have to be more involved in Yiddishkeit. They're not of the Holocaust period, or they don't remember their parents in that. So it's difficult.
I think for future leaders, I think what's so important is that these organizations need to be run and more as a business to get the most efficiency out of them.
45 years we've been here.
45 years, yeah. And all our children are involved, as you know.
All I have to do is show by example that we have and always will be the leaders in the community when it comes to charity.
I think there's so many people in our community that everybody deserves to be honored. You don't only have to give in dollars and cents, you can give of yourself and volunteering, and that's so important.
And we were flattered and said, oh, there are plenty of others who are more deserving of that kind of recognition, but they stuck with it.
I feel very blessed. I know that all of you that have known me all my life know that Erwin was very, very instrumental in what happened here in our community.
It's just a nice tribute, at my age anyway, to be honored that way. But I help wherever I can help.
It is an honor, especially when you're my age and you haven't been active for a number of years.
Well, I'm honored, and I didn't expect that. I wasn't looking for that, but I'm honored.
I wish there were more of us Jews that get involved with Jewish affairs. I think it would add to our strength, and it would make it better for everybody involved.
I've always been involved in Jewish life. It's been very important to me.
Well, the Federation is, I think, a great organization. There's so much they're involved with. It takes a team to make it all grow and expand and succeed.
I feel that if you can do good things, you do good things and help people. But one man can't do that. I had a lot of help.
I'm always proud of my Judaism. I'm proud that I can say that I'm an important part of this community.
I think we're very proud that we've always been associated in the Jewish community here from the first day that we arrived, because we get involved.
They can always call on me if they need some help.
It's a labor of love, and it's something you have to be very passionate about.
To be born a Jew is an accident. To live as a Jew is an accomplishment. To live joyfully as a Jew is a blessing.